gosh. Oh my gosh, I totally didn't see you there. Hi, I wasn't expecting guests today. But since you're here, I just thought I would give you all, for the first time ever, a little tour of my home. Welcome to my home, everybody. Adjust your lenses because there's a lot of color. Some might call it tacky, but I call it classy. This is my living room. You're greeted when you walk through the door by Mike from Monsters, Inc. Here's one of my favorite things. It's like the centerpiece. This is a custom art piece that's a little bit like bougie and a little bit Disney. It's a Gucci painting with Minnie Mouse, obviously, and had a custom neon sign that says "No place like home." The aesthetic was supposed to be like Andy Warhol museum / Disney theme park. This is one of my favorite things. I framed this. Taylor Swift wrote this to me. She autographed this guitar. To Todrick, my everything, my favorite heartthrob, my inspiration and ultimate prince of luxury. Taylor Swift with a little heart on it. This is the bar, and it's kind of embarrassing. I'm trying to be cool. I don't drink. I don't know if you all know that about me, but I've never been drunk. I don't drink, but when people come over and they want a little alcohol, I want to make them feel like they are welcome to do so. I gotta always have my little Lin-Manuel Hamilton stuff. This is the butt table because it's a little butt. So if you ever come over and I say it's on the butt table, this is what I'm talking about. This is my Billboard magazine cover that I have in the living room. Spider-Man, which everybody who knows me knows that I'm not really a big fan of Marvel, but I felt like it was really cool and felt like such an artifact, and I was trying to not make people think I was more masculine than I am. But this is currently my boyfriend since I'm single. This is Sully. There's a long story behind how I got this, but I don't know if it's legal, so I won't say it. This is my costume from the Straight Outta Valas visual album. Now some of you might be like, didn't he sell that on Depop? And you would be right. When we were shooting this project, I had to have 2 costumes. I actually have 4 of these. This is one of my favorite things in the house. This is my VMA that I won for the video You Need to Calm Down with Taylor, and people would always come over and want to play with it, and so I framed it because I just didn't want anybody to break it because, I don't know, it's just a moment in my life and in my career that meant a lot to me. One really cool thing also that people might want to know, this is the cover of the Forbidden album. People think that that is some type of like CGI computer graphics situation, but it's actually not. It was done by this guy named Joey Lee. He was really, really awesome, and if you feel it, you can feel that the stuff is raised. It took like 4 or 5 months for this to dry, and we took professional photos of this for the album cover, but what we ended up putting out was just a photo that was taken with an iPhone with a really cool Instagram filter, which is crazy that was my album cover. And this is my unicorn costume from the Dem Beats video with RuPaul. Again, I sold the copy of this on Depop. The one that I sold on Depop was the one that I wore in the video, and this one is the one that I wore on the Forbidden tour. This is one of my favorite rooms in the entire house. When I grew up, I loved the Disney VHS from the 90s. I used to collect these all the time. And so these are all of my Disney VHSs. And the coolest part is that the VHSs are actually still inside the cases. This is one of my favorite things. This is a little tip for anybody who actually comes over. I grew up loving Cinderella with Brandy in it. So if you ever come over here, you can see this case that I took to Brandy's house and had her autograph it. It says, "Toddy, you are such an inspiration to me. I love you, Brandy." This is the only case in the house that doesn't have the VHS in it, and that's because we use this as a light switch. So this is the Broadway room in the house, and I have a grand piano in here that I cannot play, but that's okay. And these are all the playbills from every single Broadway show that I've ever seen. I always collect them because each one of them has a story. I remember where I was every single time I watched any of these shows. A lot of them are autographed by some of my favorite people, including Kristen Chenoweth, Sierra Boggess, you name it. I have so many people in here. I am the biggest theater nerd in the world. These are my Kinky boots. That was one of the most life-changing experiences of my entire life. Thank you to all of you who came out to see that. And so when I left the show, they gave me my Kinky boots, and I keep them here on display. And now, because I've been hip to the game, when I do a Broadway show, I put it in my contract to always negotiate that I get to keep the costume. This is my costume from Waitress that I did last year with Colleen Ballinger. I played Ogie. I love this room. There's nothing better than Broadway. I hung this chandelier up myself, and I literally had to restring all of these like rhinestones or diamonds, whatever they are, on myself. I had no idea I could do that. I had never felt more masculine while also taking gay to new heights. You're welcome. This is my favorite room though. This is my bedroom that I sleep in most of the time. I have 2 bedrooms that I alternate and sleep in depending on the vibe and the mood of the day. I had this bed built, you might have seen it on my Instagram. I had this really cool guy, Matt Sokoler, create a custom bed that looks like Dorothy's house from the Wizard of Oz has crashed into the wizard's chamber. There's like little poppies down here. The Wicked Witch of the East's feet are sticking out with replicas of Judy Garland's ruby slippers. I have like a little bit of a habit of buying designer bags. I will admit that. So I have a lot of bags in here and I put like little yellow bricks on the wall. This painting was inspired by the musical Wicked. You know how they have cogs and stuff everywhere. And also, you know that I don't really love the color green. I pretty much never wear it unless it's Wizard of Oz themed. But because this is my favorite room in the house, I wanted to make sure that I wore something that was a little fitting. And here are a bunch of bags that are just, you know, lying around. My most prized possession is the costumes from my favorite musical, Wicked. I was able to talk to the producers of Wicked and get the original costumes worn by Kristen Chenoweth. This is her Glinda dress. And this is Idina Menzel's original Elphaba costume. It is so gorgeous. This is the costume that she wore in San Francisco before the show even ever made it to Broadway. And it is just so stunning. There is a huge case being built for all of the costumes, and it's not here yet, but I'll post it on social media when it gets here. We had to get the costumes measured, so these are new additions to my home. On my ceiling, I have a painting that says, "Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain." And I had Marco create custom curtains that go out to the balcony. And this is Madame Morrible's costume from the Broadway musical Wicked as well. We're gonna get her a wig eventually, so I'll keep you updated on that. This is the bathroom, so we're not gonna go in there right now, but I had my friend Curtis paint my door to look like the wizard head from the musical Wicked as well. So this is just like all Wickeded out. I love it so much. This is my upstairs closet where all my shoes are. I have a thing for shoes. I love shoes. I think that's the reason why I like Cinderella, the Wizard of Oz, and Kinky Boots so much. It's a theme. I swear my first Broadway show is gonna have some type of shoe theme to it. Let's go outside. When I wake up in the morning, I like to go outside and just say, "Hello, world! Hello! Yes! You too!" So when I got here, this was just like a hill, and during quarantine, I hired a landscaper who came and made this whole thing so gorgeous. I love the fountains, and I love being able to go out and just chill with my fire pit on. You know I am very young, and I was born in the 90s, allegedly. Don't try me in the comments, okay? I was born in the 90s, I don't care what you say. I love the 90s. I feel like I was born in the 90s because that's the times that I remember. And so, since we've been in quarantine, I redecorated this room. It's the room that Jenny, my best friend slash dance captain slash like road dog slash
all of the above. I don't even know.
My only girlfriend who I think is a drag queen.
Aspiring, yeah.
Aspiring drag queen. But this is the 90s room, and this is so fun. It has Jodie Benson's autograph from The Little Mermaid, Angela Lansbury in here. Will Smith.
I mean, come on.
There's a jersey from one of my favorite episodes of Fresh Prince that was signed by the one, the only Will Smith.
Your personal, hello, the best part.
Take over there.
This is Todrick's cheerleading uniform. Authentic, okay?
Class of 2003.
Don't do that math.
Don't do that math because I was still born in the 90s. I just graduated early.
Very smart.
We're very young.
Very young and
youthful.
very intelligent.
Tons of collagen. This is just a fun room. There's a Nintendo here. We play Mario. We even have the guns to play Duck Hunt.
Full out.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of guns.
At all.
But if you playing Duck Hunt, I'm with it. From my billboard shoot, this is I took this boombox to Marco and I said, "Can you turn this into a denim extravaganza?" And he said yes. And then I had my friend sketch, airbrush it. These are my pom-poms. I love this room. I even went through and put Lisa Frank stickers all over everything. Oh, and moment of silence for the queen of all queens, Beyonce. This is the room where we just pay homage to the queen, Beyonce. Sometimes I just come in here and I just think, yes, this is a guest room in the house, so if you ever come and spend the night, you just have to be a fan of Beyonce. I have a souvenir tour book signed and autographed by Beyonce. Signed and autographed is the same thing, but it sounds cooler if you say them next to each other. I even have like a little lemon tree over there. You know why? This room makes me feel like a grown woman. You know, this room has me looking so crazy right now. This room has me dangerously in love, okay? This room has me feeling like EXO. Sometimes I lay in this bed and I know it's gonna be one of two things. It's gonna be a sweet dream or a beautiful nightmare. Period, sis. You just feel the spirit of Blue Ivy, Rumi, and Sir, and sometimes even Solange. You feel her in here. You feel that energy, that Solange energy, that Kelly Rowland energy, that Michelle energy. That's not here, that's across the street. So being from Texas, I'd never seen this before, but the cool thing about living in the hills in Los Angeles is that sometimes you walk into a house and you're already on the top level. Ooh. That's deep. So then you have to go downstairs to get to the first floor. And the first floor is where I basically have my man cave, that's what I call it. But on the way there, I have autographed pictures from some of my favorite people in Hollywood history. Bernadette Peters, one of my favorite Broadway stars. I didn't even know who Bernadette Peters was until I watched Cinderella with Brandy in it, and I was always blown away by her portrayal of the stepmother. Carol Channing, jam tomorrow, jam yesterday, but never ever jam today. Love her. Rock Hudson, such a huge fan of him, and I low-key have the biggest crush on the actor who played him on Hollywood, just saying. Jodie Benson, the voice of Ariel, oh my God, gorgeous. Bob Fosse, the cast of Bridesmaids, Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, Julie Andrews, oh, I love her, Julie Andrews. Lauryn Hill, she is part of the reason why I sang. I have these two divas next to each other because I remember as a kid seeing Mariah Carey sing Dream Lover in my grandmother's room. I just learned how to work the VCR. I recorded half the song, and for my whole childhood I just used to watch just the second half of Dream Lover on repeat, because I just love Mariah Carey so much. I loved her voice growing up, and Lauryn Hill is the person who inspired me to want to sing. I used to listen to Sister Act 2 and pretend that I had a friend there saying, you take the top, I'll take the bottom, and then I would sing His Eyes on the Sparrow over and over and over again, and you could not tell me that I was not indeed, in fact, Miss Lauryn Hill. So I hope one day I meet her. She's on my bucket list of people to meet. The late and great Robin Williams, Nicole Richie, and Paris Hilton. This is a fun fact that you might not know about me. I am obsessed with Nicole Richie. She is the one celebrity that would probably make me cry if I met her, because I just love her so much. I remember when I came out of the closet and things were really rough and rocky at my house, that I was going through what I now realize was probably depression. I was in the middle of a cruise ship in a relationship, and it was just like a really sad time, and the one thing that could make me smile and pull me out of a funk no matter what was watching season 2 of The Simple Life. I really come on, whistle tones. Yes, Mariah. Anyway, I love Nicole Richie, and if I ever meet her, I will probably, I'm not even saying this to be dramatic, I will probably burst into tears, because that woman has just like, it's so crazy, the people, like I've met Beyonce and worked with Taylor and am best friends with her, and worked with and met so many huge celebrities, met Oprah, Tyler Perry, everyone, and Nicole Richie would be that person that if I were like on a couch at Ellen DeGeneres and she came out or something, not that that would ever happen, this is like wishful thinking, but if that were to ever happen, I would lose my mind. Anyway, love her. I collect these Funko Pops. This was an accidental thing. I would be working out sometimes. Yes, I work out all about my fitness. But people would be in here just like creeping, stalking me in these security camera streets, because this is just a window. And I didn't want to put like a curtain here, so I just found all these Funko Pop dolls from things that I love. Like, who knew there was a Miranda Priestley Funko Pop doll? Here's the Cats of High School Musical, because I was obsessed with them, and I watched all of their interviews where the whole cast would be like, a phenomenon?
Phenomenon. High School Musical is a phenomenon.
I never thought I'd be a part of a phenomenon.
I'm like, okay, we get it. Okay, and my favorite autograph in the entire house is this autograph by the one and only Tom Hanks. He signed it to me, to Todrick, run, Tom Hanks. There's an extra D in there, I know that, but it's not gonna stop my shine, okay? Love it. Love you, Tom. And this is the man cave. You might have seen this on Mask Love Soap Scrubs. I did a little part down here. I love this neon sign that says life is beautiful. This is an homage to my last home that was like all a Willy Wonka type of extravaganza. I just love being a child. Like, my mom has asked me several times in my life, when are you gonna grow up? When are you gonna stop putting waffles on your body and ice cream on your head? And I said, never. It's not gonna happen. I will be always an ice cream queen. I love this whole aesthetic. I love having ice cream and stuff everywhere. And the coolest part is if you lay on the bed and look up, you see like a whole sky that is just like covered with candy and ice creams and suckers and lollipops and cupcakes. And over here, this is like my special skill that I don't know if people know about this. This is Miss Pac-Man. This is one of the original like arcade games. This was one of the first things I bought because this is what I do for therapy. I will play this game for hours, and every day I restart the game and I beat my high score. I've gotten almost to 200,000 points on this game. I've never passed that threshold, but I just love this game so much. Everybody I've ever dated hates this sound because I will straight up just be being obnoxious and play this game like while I'm talking to a guy that I want to date. Obviously, that never works out. See, the trick is you gotta get all 4 of the ghosts every time they turn blue. That's how you get your points up. Aha! This game is also about manipulation. Sometimes I wait in the corner and I say, ha, gotcha! You know? I could go on for hours, but I won't. I'll be back. So this is another place where I have to show you just because it's really not that impressive, but it is very important because I write a lot of my songs in the shower, and this is my favorite shower. I come in here because it's massive, the acoustics are great. Oh my gosh. And I just write all my songs in here. So every song that you hear, that you fall in love with, from Nails, Her Hips, Heels to Them Beats, those songs are written right here in this shower. I love this little booth. This is my little Gucci telephone booth. I found this on the internet. These people that I work with all of the time sold me one of these, but it was just supposed to be a regular booth, and I turned it into a shoe cabinet. And so I have like a collection of Gucci shoes and slides and things, and heels even down there. Those are the shoes that I wore in the video for Fag. I love, love, love this little like booth, and I'm so glad that I was able to like repurpose this and turn it into something that was more appropriate for me. These are the shoes that I wore with Taylor and You Need to Calm Down, both in the music video and at the VMAs. And when I left, I was like, Taylor, let's be real, sis. You know I'm not leaving without these shoes. And she was like, Todrick, of course. Okay, last part of the house. This is the treadmill. We work out here, come rain or shine. It is so much fun to work out on the balcony. We turn on the music, and when it's all over with, sometimes we have a night where we just chill in the hot tub. And let me tell you something. It is extremely difficult to lift a hot tub in the middle of the hills over a house and squeeze it through this little opening right here. It was an extremely difficult feat. It's not the biggest hot tub, but the fact that we were able to squeeze it through here and put it in here is just like one of my most proud accomplishments of my entire life. All right, y'all, thank you so much for coming to visit me in my home. I hope you're safe at your home, wherever you are. I am making cameo videos to people. If you want a personalized video from me saying happy birthday, happy anniversary, or just need to pick me up, I've been doing a lot of those lately. Go to cameo.com/Todrick. The link is in my bio. I love you all so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.